Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, JS Dwayne here. Today's date is October the 28th, 2020. In today's video, I'm going to state 15 facts about me. This is somewhat of a pre-introduction, in a way, but I already did my introductory video, but I'm going to state 15 facts about me. And this is very interesting. So let's begin. Number one, my name is Dwayne. JS is my initials, and a lot of people think that JS stands for just saying, and that's not it at all. It was just a rumor, and I'm confirming these rumors, and I'm actually putting these rumors to rest. But, JS is my initials, and Dwayne is my actual name that I was given at birth. Number two, how old are you? Well, I'm 33 years old. I just turned 33 a couple months ago in the summer. Number three, what is your astrological sign? Well, I'm a Leo, and my birthday was in August, and I just turned 33 this year. Number four, where are you from? Well, I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, Onondaga County, and I'm originally from Central New York, and I live near the Buffalo area, in Western New York, near the Finger Lakes, and I've been out there for almost 12 years, on and off, and I've been in Syracuse almost nearly 19 years of my existence within this earth, and I can't wait to move to different places in the near future and see different horizons instead of being stuck in one place. But yes, I'm a Syracuse native. Number five, do you have any siblings? Well, on my mother's side, I have two older brothers and one older sister, and then I have a younger sister who's about 4 years younger than me. And I'm like the fourth youngest on my mom's side. And then on my dad's side, I have one younger brother, and I'm my dad's oldest child, and my little brother is my dad's youngest child. So I have more siblings on my mom's side than my father's side. So in total, I have at least about 5 to 6 siblings total. Number six, what is your sexual orientation? Are you straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender? Well, I'm part of the LGBT community. I'm openly gay. I've been out there since I was 17 years old. I came out nearly 16 years ago, and I haven't really had the best support system, but I'm very happy that there's people that really love me for me and to never change their minds about me, like at all, like seriously. But yeah, I'm openly gay, and I've been out there for so long, very long time. Number seven, what is your favorite colors? Well, my favorite colors are yellow, green, black, and sometimes lavender. And the reason why I love those colors is because, with black, I wear black with everything. Because I wear mostly black pants anyways, and sometimes dark denim blue jeans sometimes. But I wear mostly black pants, and then I love the color yellow because it brings out my skin complexion. And I've been a fan of yellow since I was a little kid, and you know, and I also love green because, I love to wear green shirts, and it brings my eyes out a little more because my eyes are hazel. It's like brownish hazel, but, it brings my eye color out a lot more. And lavender because I love, the colors because it softens my personality up a little bit. So those are my favorite colors: yellow, green, black, and lavender. Number eight, what type of music you like listening to? Well, I like to listen to R&B, hip hop, rap music, rock, and house music. And the reason why I like listen to R&B and rap music is because those are the type of music that I grew up listening to when I was a kid, from the time I was little up to a teenager, and I listened to rock, as a teenager to rebel a little bit towards my mother because I was raised in a Christian environment, and I was able to get a lot off my chest while listening to that type of music. And I love alternative rock and I love grunge rock, and those are the type of rock music that I love listening to, and I love house music. I don't really care for techno in a way, but I love house music because house music to me is very soulful, and you can dance to it compared to techno music. And with techno music, you just jump around. But I love house music. I love how soulful it is, and those are the type of music that I listen to on a daily basis. Number nine, what type of food you like eating? Well, I love to eat soul food, which is African American food or black food. And also, I love Asian food. And my favorite Asian food is Thai food and Vietnamese. And I love their Chinese chicken wings. Like, oh my gosh, I love their chicken wings and their pork fried rice. And I love me some soul food is because I grew up eating the food. It was a staple in my household as a child. Fried chicken, baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cabbage, turnip greens, ham hocks, cornbread, sweet potato pie, apple pie, all types of different types of rices and everything. Like, everything I can't even describe how much soul food that is within Black American culture. And I forgot yams. Like, I grew up eating that type of food all my life. I think the least favorite food I don't care for is chitlins. And my grand aunt, I'm not going to say my aunt's name, but she's my mother's aunt too. And she made chitlins one time, and I did not like that at all. Like, there's some people that can eat chitlins, but I can't eat it. And chitlins is more like pig intestines in a sense. But the last time I ate it was, I think I was 9 years old. That was over 20 years ago. But I love me some soul food, and I love me some Asian food. And Thai and Vietnamese are my favorites. And I love the Chinese chicken wings that they have, and the pork fried rice that they have, and the egg rolls. Number 10, do you have any friends in real life? Yes, I do. I'm friends with two females that I've been friends with in high school, and then I'm friends, with a female that I've been friends with since I was in my early 20s. We've been friends for over 10 years, and my high school friends, I've been friends with them ever since I was 17. And then I used to have two best male friends, and one of them, became transgender. One was born male, and she became a female through transition, through hormones and stuff like that. And then I have another male friend of mine that I've been friends with since I was 21 years old. But three of them I've been friends with since my early teen years during the time that I started high school. So I have about five best friends of mine that I'm still in contact even towards this day. Number 11, are you an introvert or an extrovert? I'm more of an extrovert because I'm an outgoing person. I'm a people person. I like interacting with other individuals. I like to see what type of characteristics that people have, and I'll try to see if they have a lot in common with me as individuals. And I like to see what type of personality that they have, and to see if I'm able to identify with them, because not everybody is the same, and not everybody are introverts, and not everybody is extroverts. There's some people out there that are quiet, and there's some people that is very out there, sometimes loud, and not everybody can identify, with those type of personalities. But I'm more of an extrovert. Number 12, I like to go shopping. I love, clothes shopping. I could be in a clothing store for like hours, and I love shopping for clothes. Like, I love different types of shirts and different types of pants, and I love different types of sneakers. And my favorite shoes of all choice is Nikes, and I love Converses. So I'm more of a clothes shopper. And sometimes I love shopping for food. Like, who does not live without food? So I'm a food shopper and I'm a clothing shopper, and I shop almost every week, which is insane. And I even go to the dollar store almost every week, and I find it really, really funny, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm a shopper, and I'm like a shopaholic. You can't really take me away from those shopping stores or anything. But I'm more of a clothing shopper than a food shopper, and I love clothes. Like, I'd probably be broke if I spent everything on clothes. Like, oh my gosh, like money does not grow on trees at all, and I need to know that. But I've been a shopper all my life, even towards adulthood, and I love shopping for shirts. Like, it could be cheap shirts, expensive shirts, shirts or shirts, and I make cheap shirts look presentable, and I do a good job, wearing cheap shirts sometimes, and sometimes cheap pants. And I prefer, cheap pants sometimes because it doesn't destroy very quickly compared to expensive pants. So that's what I prefer. I'm more of a clothing shopper than a food shopper. Number 13, I like going out to clubs. I like to party. I like to have a good time. But I haven't been going to clubs for last, I think, 3 to 4 years or something around that time period. But I would love to go to clubs and party again like I usually do in my younger years once, everything clears, during this pandemic. And during this pandemic, I don't really want to go out as much because it's a little risky going out, but I'm a party person. I love going out. When I was younger, I used to go out to the bars and clubs almost every weekend. When I was younger, I think when I started turning 21, that's when I started, going out, almost every weekend. And I haven't really been going out as much since I work and I have a job. But one day I would love to go back out. And it really blows my mind that some older people said that, clubbing is for youngins. That's not always true because my older male cousin is like in his 50s and he still goes out to clubs and like to have fun with us young people. So I don't understand what they're talking about, but I like to go to clubs almost every weekend and I like to party just like any other young person does. So that's the favorite thing that I like to do for the weekends is to party and to have fun. Number 14, I'm such an adventurous type of person. I like to do walks around the neighborhood and I like to walk trailways. I love that type of rush. You be able to get a lot out of your mind, and I like that breeze, going through my mind. I be feeling like I'm in another world when I do my walks and runs sometimes, but I prefer walking. And I also love to travel. That is something that I always really wanted to do, from the time I was younger. And I can't wait to travel to different countries to explore different cultures and customs that is not of my own. I can't wait till that day comes. You got to have a lot of money for you to travel like that. But I hope that I'll be able to make that dream happen. And I also wanted to visit Las Vegas. It's been my dream since I was 17 years old, and that is still my dream. And I found out that I have family that lives out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I can't wait to visit that town, one day. But I love to travel, and that is something that I always really wanted to do. And I don't want to be crammed in a house all day because I would get very very bored. And I like to go out and to explore a whole lot of locations, and that's the type of things that I would love to do. And I heard that most Leos are very adventurous type of people. They love to get out of their comfort zone, and that's what I would love to do, travel. And I hope that I can be with somebody that I love the same thing that I like to do when it comes to traveling. And I hope that I'll be able to find that special someone that will love to travel with me, to have fun. And also I would love to do a road trip too, all around the United States. And I would love to do a road trip in my home state of New York. I would love to explore all parts of upstate New York, and I would love to explore downstate New York one day. Whenever once this pandemic clears, I'll be able to do what I really want to do. But I'm very adventurous, and that will help me become very outgoing and not reserved in a sense. Number 15, and this is the last question. Are you single, in a relationship, or married? Well, I'm actually single. I've been single for a while. I really need to do some soul searching to find myself before I invest myself into any type of relationships with anybody, especially romantic, not platonic. I really need to find myself first and to love myself before I get myself into any types of relationships. And every single time that I break up with somebody, or if they break up with me, I be in relationships probably 2 to 3 weeks later. And I think the longest I ever been single was like 2 years. And I really wanted to take a break for right now so I can breathe, because I never known what it feels like to be single. To take a break and to really find yourself. And stuff like this happens all the time, but I just really I wanted to see how it feels to be single, and I feel great, less stress off your shoulders, and I'm loving it so far. So I can't complain, and you can't really take that away from me at this time right now. And those are the 15 facts about me. Well, I wanted to talk about what I spoke about Big Brother and how I feel about this season. Well, regarding Kevin Campbell, him, being who he is and him coming out as gay. When I first mentioned it in my Big Brother opinions video, I felt that it was just not the right time to speak about him being himself, especially when there's a guy in the house named Ian Terry being bullied regarding his autism. And, I feel like that was a serious issue, because I'm all for the LGBT community. Love is love at the end of the day. But I feel like that should have been another discussion at another time. And I felt it was just not the right time, because those two incidents happened within the same week. Ian Terry being bullied because he is autistic, especially on autism spectrum, and Kevin speaking about his family excommunicating him from his family when the time that he came out over 20 years ago. And us gay folks, especially me, we came out, and there's some LGBT people that get support, there's some that don't. And I think times are changing nowadays, but it depends on the individual themselves. And like, I didn't get the best support for some of my family members, and he didn't either. And like, I just wouldn't be so open regarding my sexuality on a reality TV show like Big Brother. There were just certain things that I rather keep to myself. But I understand where he comes from. This is his life, this is his story. But I felt that it was just not the right time to speak about it when people in the house is being bullied for being who they are, especially when Ian Terry's being bullied and being ridiculed for being who he is, and he can't change that. And he's a strong person for people picking at him and nitpicking at him, because he don't even know that that is going on in the house and so forth and whatnot. So that's what I wanted to bring towards you guys' attention. But I didn't want to be a type of person that said, oh, I don't care about his sexuality. I'm the same thing that he is. But I feel like it was just not the right time at this time, especially when Big Brother, airs him telling his life story, but they didn't air Ian Terry being bullied because he's autistic, because he's different. And I feel like that was just not fair. And I feel like they aired Kevin coming out to save their brand and stuff like that, probably because they didn't want no backlash. But it was already backlash already towards those 4 people that was picking on him and so forth. All right, you guys. Peace and love to everybody, and you guys have a very good night. All right, good day, people, and peace to all.